Good morning. It's Friday, February 28th, the last day of this short month. And this morning I want to talk to you about banks and about taxes and about inflation that might be stripping away not your inheritance, but the inheritance of your heirs. Because we, in my generation, are probably going to be members of what we'll call the Great Wealth Transfer. Now, the Great Wealth Transfer promises trillions for younger generations, but there are hidden taxes, fees, and inflation that could strip away inheritances before your heirs see the full benefit. So this is not so much for you, but think about your heirs. In the next 2 decades, an estimated $84 trillion is set to change hands as the baby boomers pass along their wealth and assets to the younger generation. Now, I am not a baby boomer, but I guess my children are baby boomers. However, we have to advise the baby boomers. So financial experts are calling this a great wealth transfer, but the reality is that it may be a wealth theft or scam, because banks and investment firms and Uncle Sam, let's not forget about him, are poised to take a massive chunk of the assets being passed down before their heirs ever see a dime. Many are excited about the prospect of trillions of dollars flowing into the hands of the millennials and the Gen Z households. But the reality is that much of that money will be siphoned off through taxes, fees, and other economic forces designed to shrink inheritances before they can build generational wealth. And why does this matter? Well, baby boomers are the wealthiest generation in American history. They have accumulated assets through decades of compound interest, rising real estate value, and stock market booms. I bet many of you out there are living in a house that costs peanuts compared to what it's worth right now. And we've had relatively stable job markets, so most people have been working in a good state. But as many baby boomers hit 65, their children and their grandchildren stand to inherit everything from expensive homes to lucrative investment portfolios. But inheriting money isn't a financial jackpot that many assume it to be. There are overlooked factors that are already working to ensure that a significant portion of this wealth never reaches the rightful heirs. First, there are estate taxes. Now, while estate taxes only affect estates worth about $13 million, that's in 2024, this tax can take 40% of your inherited assets before they even hit the next generation's bank account. And capital gains are another hidden cost that can erode an inheritance. If they hold on to the property and later sell it for an increased value, then they have to pay taxes on that increased value. So that works something like this. You inherit something that's worth $100,000, but when you sell it, it's worth more, then you have to pay taxes on that increased value. So you have to watch out for these things. And depending upon your income, the federal tax rate will be between 15 and 20%. That's leading to a tax bill of another $15,000 or another $20,000. On top of that, any state taxes will apply to anything you're doing. And so all of those things can reduce the actual value of your inheritance. And then the financial institutions are positioning themselves to make lucrative profits from wealth transfer. Major investment firms have been rolling out inheritance-focused financial products and services and bundling them with high fees and commission-driven advisors looking to capitalize on the influx of inexperienced wealth holders. So many banks now have wealth transfer departments, and they pretend to help heirs keep their money. But these departments are actually designed to help heirs keep locked into their financial costly product. So in a 2023 study by some experts, they found that only 19% of heirs continue working with their parents' financial advisors after inheriting the money. So this forces firms to work even harder to keep control of those people. And then we have inflation, and inflation keeps eroding wealth. So a cash inheritance worth $100,000 today won't have the same purchasing power in a decade. So for those of us who are on the verge of leaving the world, you have to give advice to those who are going to get your wealth and your property, because inflation could erode everything they get. In 10 years, 25 or 30% of the inheritance could be gone. So this is something that I think everybody should be paying attention to in my generation. If you're of the younger generation, you can prepare and help your parents and grandparents think about what they're doing. So I leave you with that financial discussion this morning. Have a great day. Bye.